coveted time when we get a visit from Ron the car guy.
I covet it myself.
I know you do. I know, because you always learn something, regardless of how much you think you know about cars. This guy will always teach you something.
Oh, every week.
And I hear people set their alarms to get up for this.
That's you, though, because you have to be
that's
there.
right. Yeah. Okay.
But then they hit snooze.
So today we're going to talk about something that is really important and that you explained to people a while ago, talking about the weather that Jason is giving us. Is terrible and probably worse for your car battery than when it gets below zero.
Oh, absolutely. More batteries die in heat than they do in cold.
Why is that?
They don't like heat.
All right.
Okay, there you go. See,
That's the answer right there.
That's science.
But what we're going to talk about today is something that when I first read what you're going to speak on, I go, this is perfect because I do both of the things that are mentioned in this question that was submitted to you, by the way, and people have questions for Ron the Car Guy. Super easy to send a question to you now, isn't it?
It is. It is. We've got a website that you can do that at, and it's askronthecarguy.com. And you can go to the website. We put up some of the better and the past shows from the KCWI are on there. So if there's a topic you want to reference or show somebody who hit snooze and didn't have a DVR, it's there and they can take a look at it. And then you can also just go to the contact page and submit a question. And not only do I answer all the questions, we'll pick out some good ones and bring them on the show and talk about them.
For example, this first one here, I have questions on this guy's question. So
okay.
Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead, and you can read his question.
Well, this question came through AskRonTheCarGuy.com from Curtis Wagner, and Curtis had talked about. He said, I've got a 1-year-old battery. And I've got an inverter that I plug into it to run, a laptop or something that needs 110 power. And he wanted to know if it was hard on the battery.
Okay.
And the answer is no, it's not hard on the battery. But we're going to talk about inverters here for just a second.
Okay.
And I brought one. This is just an average typical inverter, and it's got connections here. You can either wire it directly to a battery, or you can hook up and it'll plug into your cigarette lighter.
Okay.
But this basically takes the 12 volts that's in a car, and it's nothing more than a step-up transformer. It bumps it up to 110 volt AC. So the plugins that we recognize here, you could plug in. Your coffee pot or your laptop or whatever. Yeah. And the newer ones even have, this one does too, it's got the little USB plug-in on it too. Because
cool.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like if you're charging your cell phone with the USB charger, it doesn't charge as fast in a car as it does like in a house or even plugged into your PC. So this would be a good alternative to plug it in here because it's taking the 110 volts and stepping it down to be charged. But these inverters will not hurt your battery. Now, the disclaimer on it is when they're connected, you want to make sure that it's protected, that's a fused circuit. So if you use the cigarette lighter, it's going to have a fuse built in there. If you wire it to a battery, you want to have a fuse in there so if something happens to this, it won't damage the electrical system. The other thing to keep in mind, as I had mentioned to Curtis, was you want to try to use it with the car running.
I was just going to ask you that. How much of a drain is it?
It'll be a drain. I mean, probably more than leaving like your dome light on or your trunk open overnight. It'll be a drain, and it will drain the battery. It won't hurt the inverter, and it won't hurt the device that it's running. But if you actually look at specifications and actual warranty on batteries, a battery that has been completely discharged 4 or more times is probably not going to be any good. It's not.
Really?
Yeah, it's not going to charge completely back up.
Because there are some people that have the cells, little cells, saying make sure you run them down all the way. Even the power tools that we have say run the cells down all the way.
That's a NiCad battery, which is the same battery they would use like in a hybrid car, like a Toyota Prius. I'm talking about the lead acid battery, the automotive battery.
Okay.
Right.
So if you've got somebody that leaves their lights on all the time and discharges their battery, and they do that 3 or more times, and then all of a sudden the battery won't stay charged, and they're like, oh, this battery's no good, it won't hold up and stuff. Well, they brought it on themselves. And
So these are two different kind of batteries that need two different type of maintenance.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And so if you're going to use a power inverter on your car, try to have the car running, because what I don't want you to do is to repeatedly discharge the battery that's in the automobile, because it'll really shorten the life on it. And that's why, if you've been around boats, they make what they call a deep cycle marine battery.
Right.
Those are made to be discharged, recharged, discharged, recharged. But the battery in your automobile is not made to be completely discharged and then recharged. And
I didn't know that.
It'll shorten the life on it. So other things that can shorten the life on a battery in an automobile is if it sits 21 days without being started. Because then it starts to lose enough charge, and the plates, the term is sulfate. The plates start to sulfate, which means sulfur starts to grow on the plates in the battery, and it may never be able to be completely recharged after that. So their battery maintenance is important. So that rolls into the second part that Curtis had also had, and that is maintaining your battery. And what we recommend is, if you've got a car that you don't drive very often, or it sits in the garage for 21 or more days, to put a battery maintainer on it. And what these devices do is they've got some electronics built into them, and they'll sense when the battery is kind of starting to fall off, and it'll kick on, and it'll slowly, only 750 milliamps, which isn't a lot, but it'll help maintain the charge in the battery.
Okay, what's the difference between just putting this on? Go get one of these battery tenders, which by the way is a great brand. Get one of these battery tenders and have that on your battery, as opposed to some people that might have the big boxes that have the different levels of charging.
The trickle charger.
And just put it on trickle, put it on slow.
Put it on trickle,
Right.
because it's automatic. It'll turn on. That'll damage your battery. In often cases, it'll ruin the battery over an extended period of time. The difference is the trickle charger is putting more amperage in there. It's heating the battery up more. It charges it faster, which can build a surface charge. And that's why there is a distinct difference between a battery maintainer and a trickle charger. A trickle charger charges a battery. A maintainer maintains a battery. And
what's the difference?
The difference is the technology, the electronics in the box itself. This won't let a battery get discharged.
If I have this on the battery, will the battery start my vehicle?
Absolutely.
So does it charge it at the same time as maintain it?
It maintains the charge.
Maintains the charge.
Exactly.
Okay.
It doesn't let it discharge. The trickle charger waits until it feels a discharge and then charges it back up. So now we're back to, it doesn't wait till the battery's completely charged, but now we're back to that discharge recharge cycle.
So
that's hard on a battery.
I want to charge a battery first, then put this on, or just let this take care of it?
This probably won't recharge a battery. It doesn't have the power or capacitor. It's made to maintain a charged battery. So we have customers that I call them snowbirds. They go to Florida or Arizona or a place where we should all go when the winter comes around.
Yeah, they're smart.
And exactly. And we'll hook this on. They'll hook this up to their battery in November, and they'll come back in April or May, and just hit the key and it starts right up.
Okay.
Because it's doing its job, and the battery will last. But there is a distinct difference between a maintainer and a charger. Even if it says trickle charger, it's still charging. And this is what you really want if you're going to have a car that you don't drive very often.
All right. You answered a lot of questions.
Oh, cool.
Lots of questions.
Cool.
Also want to make sure we mention one other thing that you guys are doing that I tip my hat to you, because we love the Animal Rescue League, and you're doing something cool with the ARL.
This is really cool. We've partnered with the Animal Rescue League.
Again.
Yeah. And they're just so great to work over there. I mean, Stephanie and all the people over there. But we've partnered with the Animal Rescue League, and what we're doing, if you adopt a pet during the month of July, you'll get a $25 gift certificate valid at Westside Auto Pros, and it can be used for an oil change, tire rotation, a battery maintainer.
You have these there?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. We'll actually through our affiliation with AAA, our mobile battery service, we'll come out to your house and install these right on your car.
Because there is a plug on. I have one of these on my race truck. There is a plug that you just reach down, plug it in when we're done, and it automatically takes care of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, actually, we can show this here in a little bit. But again, take advantage of this, folks. It's real simple here, and you don't have to unwire it. This is one of the, here it is right here. And it just hangs down underneath. There's a cap that goes on it to protect it when you're driving around, and that's how simple it is to put the maintainer on.
Yep, this part will hook up to your battery.
Mm-hmm. And there's the cap on the end there.
Yep, and it'll stick out like through the grill or under the bumper, or you could put it under the hood. Sometimes I tell people to make it so you have to open the hood to hook this up. And leave the hood open a little bit while you hook this up, because otherwise, if it's through the grill and it's plugged in, they start the car, put it in reverse.
Back up out of
and this whole thing's dragging behind it as you back out.
All right, so tell everybody where your place is located so they can get one of these.
You know what? We're in Clive. We're just off of Swanson Boulevard. You can either go to westsideautopros.com or you can link to us through askronthecarguy.com and find out where we're at.
Yeah, check out your new website and ask some questions. You might just hear them on Great.
Absolutely.
There you go. See, again, he teaches us something every time he's here. It's amazing. It is 6:51. We'll be right back.